or he attempted to have me unalive because of him making a sexual pass at me. It wasn't the sexual pass that frustrated me the most. What made me most frustrated was the fact that he tried to unalive me after it, when in reality, even though I was drugged, even though I was violated, I never thought that the next step would be my life being threatened because you got turned down.
The situation involving Stefon Diggs has taken a shocking turn. One person claimed that Stefon allegedly tried to harm them after making a sexual advance. What upset this person the most wasn't the unwanted advance itself, but the fact that their life felt threatened afterward. Even though they were drugged and violated, they never imagined that rejecting him could lead to such danger. This incident alone is alarming, but it's only the beginning of a much bigger drama. Recently, Stefon Diggs has been exposed in connection to yet another man, and Cardi B seems to believe that Offset is somehow behind the entire situation. A few days ago, a man came forward with serious allegations about Stefon. While some believe it might be a setup, the timing of these claims has raised eyebrows, making it feel believable to many. There are rumors that Offset allegedly tried to set Stefon up to cheat on Cardi B with an Instagram model. Shortly after, there were whispers that Stefon might have been targeted for an attack. The story escalated so quickly that there was barely any time for one rumor to settle before another surfaced. Cardi B is now openly criticizing Offset, calling him a salty baby daddy, and implying that his actions have gone too far. She appears determined to confront and put an end to what she sees as his manipulative behavior. Cardi seems genuinely frustrated, suggesting that Offset consistently proves he can sink lower, no matter how bad people think he already is. This time, she is not willing to let it slide. The drama gets more intricate when we look at the timeline of events. A man named Baby Banks recently hinted that he had insider information about the boyfriend of a female rapper. Naturally, people assumed he meant Cardi B's partner. Baby Banks, who is an OnlyFans creator, also creates adult content. Interestingly, he is part of the LGBTQ+ community, which makes his perspective unique, especially given the rumors that Stefon might have secret relationships with men. Baby Banks shared that he would come forward about certain private matters, hinting at a serious revelation. This information ties back to Chris Griffith, who previously accused Stefon of sexual assault last year. Baby Banks reached out to Chris, possibly because Chris had already experienced a similar situation with Stefon. Their conversation, which happened in October 2024, suggested that Baby Banks was trying to connect with someone who understood the circumstances. In this conversation, Chris emphasized respecting privacy and hinted that the time to tell the story would come. So, what happened between Baby Banks and Stefon? Reports suggest that Baby Banks claims Stefon has threatened him and is now pursuing legal action to silence him. He even deleted certain posts and screenshots because of the potential for lawsuits. Chris, who works as a stylist and frequently interacts with celebrities, had shared his own experience with Stefon. Chris's story involved Stefon allegedly spiking his drink at an event and making unwanted advances, despite Chris clearly rejecting him. Initially, Chris didn't plan to go public, but after being attacked by Stefon's associates in an elevator, he felt compelled to speak out. Chris tried sharing his story with others in the industry, including Drake, but was largely ignored. Drake, in a text screenshot, explained that he couldn't support sharing such sensitive content publicly, adhering to his own code of conduct. This left Chris without support in the industry, forcing him to confront Stefon on his own. A lawsuit followed, with Stefon denying all allegations. Chris countered with his own claims, and his lawyer stated that they are ready to prove the truth in court, highlighting the unwanted advances and attacks Chris faced. All of this links back to Cardi B's accusations against Offset. Insiders suggest that Cardi believes Offset is orchestrating a scheme to make Stefon look bad. By encouraging or manipulating another man to accuse Stefon, Offset could make previous claims against Stefon appear more credible. The motive seems less about concern for any victims and more about trying to harm Cardi's reputation by questioning her partner's sexuality. Observers note that Offset's strategy is calculated and deliberate, demonstrating a level of planning that could have been better applied elsewhere. In summary, this is a deeply complicated and messy situation. Stefon Diggs faces multiple allegations, some of which involve serious criminal claims, while Cardi B accuses Offset of manipulating events behind the scenes. Baby Banks and Chris Griffith are part of a growing number of people coming forward, each with their own story, and the timeline shows how these events are all intertwined. It's a mix of personal betrayal, alleged violence, and strategic manipulation, making it one of the most talked about controversies in recent memory. Cardi's determination to confront Offset and protect her partner shows that this story is far from over. According to Cardi B, the situation with Stefon Diggs appears to have been carefully planned. It didn't just happen by accident. It seems like someone intentionally tried to make him look bad. The first major event was the leak of a very graphic video involving Stefon. At first, many people assumed the video showed him with a woman. However, sources now claim the person in the video is actually a man wearing a wig. Cardi believes that Offset played a role in this leak, as part of an ongoing effort to expose Stefon as gay. But it didn't stop with just one video. Cardi is also convinced that Offset is behind multiple blind items and gossip posts suggesting that Stefon is involved with men. These posts have circulated widely online, trying to paint Stefon in a negative light. One blind item claimed that a former A-list female rapper and her new boyfriend both allegedly drug men they were attracted to. Another claimed that the NFL player makes sure he is always photographed with women to counter rumors about him being involved with men. The timing of all these posts seems suspiciously convenient, leading many to believe that they are part of a coordinated plan. Things got even more complicated when Offset was recently exposed in messages by an Instagram influencer. In these texts, the influencer suggested that Offset repeatedly pressured her to help with certain setups. She shared that he showed no remorse for his actions. Offset allegedly even tried to claim that Cardi and Stefon's child, Blossom, was his own. This was confusing and upsetting because Offset had previously denied being Blossom's father, forcing Cardi to prove paternity publicly. This could explain why Blossom seems more comfortable around Cardi than Offset. The situation escalated further when rumors surfaced that Offset may have been trying to set Stefon up to be attacked. Someone close to the situation reportedly tweeted that Offset's assistant's ex-girlfriend had been involved, and that both Stefon and Cardi needed protection immediately. The messages allegedly came the day after Offset posted about his child. Cardi finally broke her silence on social media, expressing how exhausted and scared she felt. She revealed that the constant harassment had left her feeling like her life was in danger. She said the situation wasn't funny, that it had been ongoing for over a year, and that she was worried it could end very badly. Cardi also explained that the experience has been mentally exhausting. She said that even though she considers herself tough, there is a big difference between handling challenges and facing someone with an unhealthy obsession. She tried to resolve the issues through family and other contacts, but nothing worked. The constant stress has left her drained, frustrated, and deeply concerned for her safety. Insiders suggest that Stefon may have been the main target all along. Allegedly, Offset paid Baby Banks to fabricate claims against Stefon, much like he has used bloggers and social media to spread false stories about Cardi and her partner. Recently, a blogger named Sweet Tea publicly accused Offset and a friend of feeding false information to humiliate Cardi. Sweet Tea explained that a blogger named Alexis, who goes by Sienna, had been messaging them all summer with misleading stories about Cardi. The effort seems deliberate, and it shows that every time Stefon's name comes up, someone tries to escalate the situation. At the center of all this chaos, Offset appears to be consistently involved. Whether it's leaked videos, social media rumors, or coordinated posts by bloggers, his influence is noticeable. Cardi believes he has gone too far this time, and she is determined to stop him. While the drama has grown increasingly messy, insiders say Cardi is preparing her next move carefully. Unlike previous times, she seems ready to take serious action to protect herself and Stefon, ensuring that Offset cannot continue manipulating events behind the scenes. What makes this story so intense is not just the personal attacks, but the strategy behind them. Allegedly, Offset's goal isn't about justice or concern for anyone. It's about trying to damage Stefon's reputation and indirectly hurt Cardi. By encouraging false claims and orchestrating public humiliation, he appears to be playing a long game. Cardi, however, seems fully aware of what is happening and is planning her response with precision. In conclusion, the situation involving Stefon Diggs, Cardi B, and Offset is a complex mix of personal drama, Alleged manipulation and public exposure. Graphic leaks, false rumors, and coordinated attacks have made this one of the most talked about controversies recently. Cardi's frustration and fear are evident, but she is taking steps to confront the situation head-on. With tensions so high and emotions running deep, it is clear that the story is far from over. Whatever happens next will likely escalate even further, and it seems that Cardi is ready to take control and end Offset's interference once and for all. Fans and observers can expect more drama, more revelations, and a showdown that could change the dynamics entirely.